2, 1.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Lighting Controls podcast. We are live from the show floor at LEDucation. Excited to be here. We have another amazing guest with us, but before we jump into everything, let me just take a second to remind everyone, today's live stream is presented by the LCA, the Lighting Controls Academy, and it's also financially supported by NAILD, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors. Webster usually does that. I don't have to think about this, so I'm really sorry, guys. And then thank you to our amazing sponsor today, RepSpec. They have amazing AI tools that are built for both specifiers and manufacturers. So if you're a rep, you're specifying lighting controls, or you're a manufacturer, you should absolutely be looking at RepSpec AI. So make sure you check it out. So let's jump into the conversation. We have our good friend Chris O'Shea with us.
Yes, I am not Webster Marsh, for those of you who don't know. And I know Webster, and I'm no Webster. So I don't intend to fill in for him.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the show so far?
These shows are always great. You know, for a guy like me who's been in this industry a long time, it's fun to see other people that I haven't seen in a while, specifically either people who might be out of town. I ran into a guy today that I haven't seen since I worked at Strand Lighting in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
And that was 1986.
That's amazing.
And he was here today. We're both a little older and shuffle around a little more than we did back then.
Yep.
But it's very self-fulfilling to walk through this place and see some of these faces that you've been doing business with for over the years. And that's really the most you hope to get out of this. I know the manufacturers are here to sell product, and that's really their role. But you can always get online and look that stuff up.
Yeah.
It's nice to see it in person, but to me it's more important to exercise the relationships here, especially since it's rep-driven. You know, obviously you want to make sure if you're dealing with certain manufacturers, you've got their reps under control.
Right.
So to speak.
Have you seen anything new or creative on the control side today?
Well, I would say the only thing that caught my interest really was ETC's F-Drive. And I want to go back and learn a little bit more about that. It's going to be interesting to watch this industry develop and see where protocols like Dolly and DMX and F-Drive and 0 to 10 all end up and where we're going to be 5 years from now. So I'm interested to see how F-Drive evolves and if that eventually becomes a standard in what we're doing in this business. And for a company like Control Force, where a lot of the work we do is retrofit work, two-wire situations are wonderful. We can't run 0 to 10. We can't run a dolly wire or DMX. We have to live in the two-wire world. So we're interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, awesome. All right, I want to ask you a question because, so people who don't know what you do, right? You guys go in, you do a lot of lighting controls, you do a lot of existing buildings, you help a lot of people with their problems. You shared a very interesting story the other day about sitting at a bar and then talking to the people.
Oh. Well, you know, I'm sure everybody does this. You walk into a restaurant or you walk into a hotel, the first thing you do is look at the lighting, try to figure out who it is and what it is. Well, I'm the same way with controls. Everywhere I go, I have to look and see what they have for a control system. And I'm talking hotels, restaurants, doesn't really matter. Everybody's got a system, and that was my point. But I'm literally sitting at a bar at a hotel where I'm staying while I'm servicing another job, and there was a Lehigh control panel on the wall. And of course, I ask them about it, and I get this big story about how it's 40 years old and they haven't had a chance to upgrade it. And theoretically, the hotel's going to be renovated shortly, so they may upgrade it. But the point of that was that no matter where you go, you're going to find control systems. I guarantee it, no matter what hotel, no matter what restaurant, you're going to find one. And I guarantee you it's got trouble and It's not working. This particular case, they swapped out some incandescent with LED bulbs, and they were flickering.
Yep.
And we tried to get in to trim the dimmers, and we couldn't because the display's not working properly, which really supports the concept that that whole system needs to be replaced and upgraded.
Yep.
So it is kind of funny to think that, you know, it's not like we're targeting hotels
right.
and targeting restaurants and looking for that business. But if you're aware and you got a business card on you and you see these people and you say, hey, we know this system. We know what it's supposed to be doing. And again, I'm sure they're going to say, yeah, we've got something going on.
Yeah, no, and I think that was the moral of the story for me is that the work is there. And if you don't even have to try that hard, right? You simply started a conversation with these people. We're talking to them about their system, and it led to an open door. And I think that's the biggest thing for anyone who's really in the industry is just don't be afraid to sometimes say hello and ask questions, because you never know what opportunities are going to come out of that. And when you shared that story, I was just like, this is so amazing. I have to ask him about this.
Yeah, well, I will also tell you that if you were to walk into any major thematic building in any major city and you ask for the engineer, chances are you're going to get their attention.
Yep.
And we've had good luck with that. It just, again, out of the cold, just walking into a building, walking up to the reception desk and saying, is there an engineer around that we can speak to? And then the first question is, what's dimming your lobby?
Yeah.
Or what else do you have in your building? So it's a great way to business. And look, I was very clear about, if this is a great business model, nobody's doing it. I'd like to know who else out there. Who's troubleshooting the old Leviton systems? Who's troubleshooting the old Lehigh systems that are out there? How many strand Outlook, Outlook systems are still in the market?
Yep.
And who's servicing those systems? So it's a great business, and for us, there's limited opportunity. I mean, unlimited opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. Chris, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Just want to remind everybody, check out RepSpec AI. They're our amazing sponsor today. AI tools for specifiers, for manufacturers. If you guys have not taken an opportunity to look at that yet, make sure you do so. Thanks again, guys.